Let's move on to section 1. Ingratitude and veneration, the imbalanced dynamic.
So, in a healthy, functioning dynamic, there's a natural give and take. But here, every single act of service you offer, every ounce of energy you pour into supporting them is met with a shocking, almost unbelievable lack of appreciation. You literally have to give thanks for mere breadcrumbs. It just highlights this intensely painful imbalance. Your immense efforts are completely ignored, yet the second they do the absolute bare minimum, like maybe they toss you a casual compliment or do a really minor favor, you're expected to drop everything and be profoundly thankful. They demand endless veneration, but feel totally justified offering you nothing but scraps in return.
Let's see how this builds in section 2, walking on eggshells, the constant threat.
So what happens when someone views themselves as a superior being and gives you nothing but emotional breadcrumbs? The environment you live in fundamentally changes. You aren't just existing in a relationship anymore, you are surviving in a psychological minefield. First off, there's this constant looming threat of being expelled from what they project as their beautiful paradise. To avoid being cast out, you're forced to meet these wild demands for servile, extreme manners. You mandatorily have to use terms of magnification and veneration, always keeping them up on that pedestal. And perhaps most insidiously, they induce a deep sense of shame for completely natural human traits. I mean, our source specifically notes how they might make you feel ashamed for something as basic and uncontrollable as perspiration. It's a terrifying level of control where you have to perfectly manage your own basic humanity just to survive their presence.
But here's the real kicker. While your behavior is being heavily policed down to the way you sweat, they are completely immune to even the mildest accountability. Questions like, "Where were you?" or "Why were you late?" In any normal partnership, that's just basic everyday communication, but with a narcissist, those questions are strictly forbidden. The source tells us they'll actively label these normal inquiries as stupid questions. It's a deliberate, weaponized tactic to ensure they never, ever have to explain themselves to you. Total freedom for them, total restriction for you. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we're entering the true core of the narcissist's playbook. The rules apply exclusively to you. Take your basic needs, for example. They are intentionally ignored. And I mean intentionally, not accidentally missed. But when it comes to their needs, you're expected to be a psychic mind reader. Not only do you have to meet their needs constantly, but they actually expect you to know what they want before they even open their mouths. It's just stark, exhausting hypocrisy. You aren't allowed to ask for basic comfort, yet you are punished if you don't magically anticipate their every unstated whim. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate blame-shifting tactic. According to the completely twisted logic of the narcissist, any beautiful trait in you or any good situation you find yourself in, well, that's entirely because of them. They take full credit for your successes. But any bad trait in them or any problem in the relationship, that is entirely because of you. It's a completely closed-loop system of manipulation. They are the supreme source of all good, and you're the convenient scapegoat for literally everything bad. Living under these intense double standards doesn't just make you sad, it fundamentally breaks your grip on reality. This is the stage where the relationship moves from just unfair to deeply, profoundly damaging, as they literally begin to warp your sense of what is true and what is false. The source breaks this reality distortion down into 3 incredibly dark stages. Step 1, they deceive and mislead you for as long as possible, laying down a thick foundation of lies. Step 2, they systematically convince you that the absolute opposite of reality is true. Up is down, wrong is right, and somehow their abusive behavior is actually your fault. And then, step 3, when you finally start to see the cracks in their facade, when you wake up and try to confront them, they immediately accuse you of madness. Listen, if you've been a victim of this, please use this to validate your experience. You are not crazy. You're experiencing a deliberate dismantling of your sanity.